Hezbollah, the powerful Lebanese militant group, has launched a series of coordinated missile attacks against Israeli military positions, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. Among the targets was the Shraga base in Acre, located in northern Israel, which Hezbollah identified as a key administrative headquarters of the Golani Brigade Command, one of Israel's most elite military units. This was not the first of Hezbollah's strikes. The group also launched rockets at Israeli forces stationed in the Hanada settlement, an area near the Israeli-Lebanese border. Hezbollah fighters, who have been active in southern Lebanon, reportedly engaged IDF troops in intense clashes, leading to casualties on both sides. While the full scale of the damage caused by the strikes is still being assessed, Hezbollah's claims include killing and injuring several Israeli soldiers, further complicating an already volatile situation in the region. The group, which has long positioned itself as a significant force in the Lebanese-Syrian-Israeli theater, has made it clear that it sees these military operations as part of its ongoing resistance against Israeli occupation and aggression. This marked escalation in hostilities comes amid growing regional tensions and mirrors similar actions by other militant groups, such as Hamas in Gaza and the Houthi rebels in Yemen, who have launched missiles and carried out attacks against Israeli and allied forces. The Houthis' missile strike on Israeli military facilities, alongside Hamas attacks in Gaza, all seem to be part of a larger regional shift, where various armed factions, some backed by Iran, are increasingly uniting their efforts against Israeli forces. These missile strikes from Hezbollah are part of a broader context of Middle Eastern geopolitics, where regional rivalries, sectarian divisions, and international alliances continue to fuel a volatile and complex web of conflicts. For Israel, this represents a major security challenge as it faces increasing threats from multiple fronts. Hezbollah, known for its sophisticated military capabilities and strong ties to Iran, has now demonstrated its ability to hit critical Israeli military infrastructure, signaling that the group is prepared to escalate its operations significantly. For Hezbollah, this military campaign is seen as a direct challenge to Israel's security apparatus. The group's leaders have expressed their intention to continue targeting what they consider to be vital Israeli military sites, with a broader goal of confronting Israeli presence and influence in the region. Meanwhile, Israel has vowed to retaliate forcefully, signaling a potential for more deadly clashes in the coming days. The recent actions by Hezbollah are also being viewed in the context of Israel's ongoing military operations in Gaza and its involvement in the wider Syrian conflict. Hezbollah's rocket attacks seem to be part of a coordinated regional response, where different factions with shared anti-Israel sentiments are increasingly aligning their efforts. The broader implications of these strikes, however, suggest that Israel may soon be forced to shift its focus from its southern borders in Gaza to its northern borders with Lebanon. International reactions to the escalating conflict have been mixed, with global powers such as the United States and European Union calling for de-escalation and urging both sides to avoid further violence. However, given the entrenched positions of Hezbollah and Israel, such calls for peace seem increasingly difficult to enforce. The continuing military engagements could potentially draw in other regional actors, further complicating the geopolitical dynamics in the Middle East. For Hezbollah, this series of attacks represents a continuation of its long-standing strategy of resistance against Israel, which it views as a colonial power occupying Palestinian lands. The group has framed its actions as part of a broader liberation struggle, citing the occupation of Palestine and the ongoing Israeli presence in disputed areas as the driving forces behind its operations. Hezbollah's military prowess has been demonstrated in previous engagements, particularly during the 2006 Lebanon War, and its ability to strike Israeli territory with a range of weapons continues to pose a significant challenge to Israel's security strategy. Israel, on the other hand, sees these attacks as a serious threat to its sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Israeli military is likely to respond with airstrikes and other military measures aimed at weakening Hezbollah's infrastructure in Lebanon. The conflict is expected to intensify in the coming days, especially as both Hezbollah and Israel continue to exchange blows along the border. The broader impact on the Lebanese civilian population, however, remains a critical concern, with many fearing that a full-scale war could lead to significant casualties and displacement. This escalation, alongside the actions of Hamas and the Houthis, underscores the increasingly interconnected nature of conflicts in the Middle East. Each group is leveraging its military capabilities and alliances to challenge Israeli influence and power in the region. The situation remains fluid, with the potential for further escalation at any moment, especially as Hezbollah continues to target critical Israeli infrastructure and both sides prepare for the possibility of a prolonged conflict. For the international community, the challenge will be how to navigate this complex web of regional tensions. Diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation will continue, but with entrenched divisions and ongoing hostilities, the prospect of peace seems distant. As the Middle East remains a powder keg of competing interests, the coming weeks and months will likely see an intensification of military operations and a further breakdown in regional security.